Surgepays announces closing on $25 million senior credit facility. Here to tell us more, of course, is the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Surgepays, Mr. Brian Cox. Brian, give us the 411 and share some insight, please.
Hey, Michael, this is what we've been working on now for, 9 months. We've turned down, as we talked about, a lot of term sheets, anything that related to convertibility, OIDs, coupons. Did not want to dilute the stock, wanted to raise capital, but I also couldn't hyper grow the company with more of a traditional, let's just call it like a traditional receivable financing, factoring, where you pay the money back in 30 days, because you're only going to ever be able to grow a slight. It's really more of a sustaining financing than it is a hyper growth financing. So what we put together that I could not be more happy about was it's a sales installment agreement. So essentially, imagine this: we pull down $15 million to go buy tablets. That 15 million divided by 9, and we pay that off in 9 installments over the next 9 months that come out of our cash flow as it drops in from the government subsidized portion of our revenue. So, which gives us a tremendous amount of cash flow, a tremendous amount of access to grow, and I'm no longer throttled. And on that note, we just reported in Q3 that our revenue was up 2.5x on throttling, on holding back, on all of my valves of sales intake not being opened up, and us running out of devices about 3 weeks into the month. So now we're going to really get to turn loose, slam the gas pedal all the way down to redline my sales machine and see what we can do. But the cool thing is, it's not a loan. It's a sales agreement. It's a short-term liability. It's a payable. So we already cleaned up significantly our balance sheet by taking out $5 million in high interest debt. And there is no interest rate because it's not debt. So we pay less than a 10% fee at the time of pull down, and that's factored into that 9-month installment. So it's beautiful. And I'll tell you, the best part about it is the reason I haven't slept much in the last week since we closed it was because if you run, our borrowing base is based off the receivables. Receivables are based off the number of subscribers. So we have millions of dollars of capital coming in. We go get more subscribers. We get millions of dollars of more capital coming in. We go get more subscribers. We get millions of dollars. I mean, it's a beautiful stair step that will keep us from plateauing from access to capital.
Yeah, very well said. At the end of the day, capital is needed to grow, especially quickly. If you want to accomplish things you want to accomplish, you want to go full bore naturally, and you were able to find a way to do that without it being incredibly detrimental in the long term. So very well done. So then I guess when should people expect to hear more on this?
Hey, I'm gonna, obviously we've got the holiday season coming up, but we're going full throttle with how we can go full throttle. We talked about before with us opening up our ACP sales through the convenience stores. We're not affected by the weather. Folks still show up there 4 to 5 times a week. We're also unloading online now, which has been significantly throttled, over the past 9, 12 months. So I think you're going to start seeing, our sales increase. You're going to see the revenue increase. But next time we do, file a report, our reporting, you think you're going to see a very clean balance sheet. And my goal now, the way this is constructed, we've been pushing profitability down, down the pipe a little bit in lieu of, we have a front-loaded expense model for a cost per acquisition for the customer. Really, profitability wasn't as important because we weren't burning. We were just reinvesting every dime we had. So in lieu of profitability, I've gone for growth, which is, again, why we got the 2.5x growth. So I think what you're going to see from us is the law of numbers is going to kick in, where our reoccurring revenue is going to increase to the point where we will be profitable early next year. But what's really cool is probably middle next year, we'll also be debt free. So we're going to be in a unique basket of a debt-free, profitable microcap growing at 2 to 3x. So we could not be more excited. The discipline it took to push away and Heisman forearm those term sheets, the high interest rate loans and what have you, they've all paid off. It's been there's been some days where we even maybe kind of questioned ourselves, because it is nice just to sign a piece of paper and get capital in 2 days, but it wasn't the right kind of capital, and I wanted to keep my commitment to shareholders.
Yeah, and very well done. Any sort of success in this market is making you stand out against the crowd right now. So congratulations again, and look forward to getting more updates from you. Of course, we're heading into the holidays, everybody. Hope everybody enjoys their holidays, and stay tuned for more. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to send them over. Brian, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me and happy Thanksgiving.